As promised, like I said with the Christian Journal channel here, we're going to be making content, breaking news, things like that. And here is one of these. Now, this is a story I kind of alluded to in the past few days, but I needed to get more confirmation before I did it. Now, this began with a project, and I was alerted to and made aware of a kiddie drag brunch happening at a bar called the R Bar in South Bend, Indiana. And this is their event. They have one coming up on April 21st. It is a drag brunch. And on the flyer here, it doesn't say anything about children. However, if you look at their Facebook post in regards to this, it says, join us for a fabulous day of drag and delicious brunch at our upcoming event. Picture this: tasty food, mimosas flowing, dazzling drag queens giving you a show you won't forget. Our event promises a lively and entertaining atmosphere where you can kick back and have a great time with friends. Whether you're a fan of drag culture or just looking for a fun outing, this event is perfect for everyone. Show begins at noon. Show content is PG-13 to R. Adult language should be expected. Minors are allowed, but parental discretion is advised. And it's that part that I really want you to pay attention to here, because this is a drag show that is being sold as an event that it's okay for children to attend. Okay. Now, again, a lot of you guys in the Christian Journal channel here, we haven't been, doing things on here for a few years, but we have been still preaching against this stuff, standing against this stuff, even more so than what we did prior to, before we stopped using the channel here. And we've gotten quite good at, recognizing what's going on at these places, exposing them for what they are, and shutting them down. This one is really no different. This is a bar. It's a gay bar. And it is what it is. Okay. But sorry, I'm looking for a thumbnail cover, but at this gay bar, they have it's every Saturday, a drag brunch for children. Like I said, what these people had at this bar is they had a convicted, registered, he doesn't have to register anymore, technically, from what I understand, sex offender, who I thought was, arrested for possession of child pornography. But as it turns out, he was arrested for actually engaging in and molesting a child. Now, some of you might be wondering, why is this a big deal? And because, they have a drag show featuring children where and look, drag shows for children are bad enough as it is. But now you have sex offenders in the mix. And that's exactly what we have here. A sex offender was caught being the DJ for the kiddie drag brunch at the R Bar, and they knew it. They knew that this guy was a registered sex offender, and I have proof. I had a conversation with the R Bar today. Okay, I've been waiting for him to get back to me. I have been trying to get, because again, I was 95% sure I knew the place where this was at. I still don't know who the DJ is 100%. I have 4 names, but we'll know tomorrow for sure who the guy is. But like I said, they have, they knew that they had a sex offender there. So as I go through this, I'm going to show you guys this, and you're going to see this for yourself here, how they knew. So there is no mistaking this. These people knew that they had a registered sex offender in their bar with an event with children, and people brought their kids there, didn't care. No background checks were done. Even daycares do background checks. So, like I says, I'm gonna, let me get into this right now and show you these screenshots here. So I'm gonna show you how it started, and I'm gonna show you where we're going, because this is a big deal. Okay, and they still plan on going through this, by the way. They still plan on going through this, even though they said that the pedophile has been terminated. But I'm going to show you why I believe that he was only terminated because of the pressure that was being put on them. So here we go. So this started off with a Reddit thread, okay? This is on a sex offender support group's Reddit thread. Now, I am not part of this group, obviously, but I did see the screenshots on Twitter. So I went looking myself to see what is this all about. It's a public thread. So this person with the screen name visual_eggplant_6993 writes, so as many people know, some political and religious groups have been attacking drag queens and drag shows for allegedly grooming children. I think it's funny. This is a man who was convicted of molesting a child saying this. Keep that in mind. Allegedly grooming children at drag shows. Who you'll find out later on still struggles with wanting to have sex with children. Okay? Allegedly grooming children at drag shows. This is a guy that participated in the drag show. Well, it finally hit the drag bar I DJ at. As we have monthly brunches where we allow minors with parental guidance, as they can get kind of PG-13, and as a former PFR, I need some opinions. My name, while no longer in any list, is still very Googleable. So do I talk to the owner and tell her that I think I should opt out for a few weeks so they don't have any real ammo to use, or do I stick it out? Does the owner know? Yes, she is aware of my situation, as well as the fact that I am no longer forced to register any sort of probation parole. So the owner of the R-Bar, who is a lesbian, by the way, a disgusting, vile one, knew that this DJ they had working the kiddie drag brunch was a registered sex offender. She is aware, he says she is aware of my situation. So the R-Bar, a gay bar with drag queens and drag brunches, knew they had a guy who was convicted of a sex crime involving children, okay, at their bar, being the DJ at an event where children are going to be present, where the, everything else. So the owner is well aware of this by this guy's own admission, okay? So now we have, just to kind of reiterate and go over again and again and again here, this guy, registered sex offender, right? Registered sex offender, or he was registered. He's no longer, he doesn't have to be registered anymore, but he was. He is convicted. The R-Bar knew about it, right? This is where he's publicly talking about it. He then goes on to say, my charge was in 2011 for 4 counts of possession. Possession of child pornography. I pleaded guilty to 1 count, got 18 months probation and home detention and 10 years on the sex offender registry. Between the time of the first questioning by the police to when I did my guilty plea, it was about a full year. Again, this was 12 years ago. And this was, written down 12 months ago. This guy wrote this, so a year ago. They all talk about, Pete Buttigieg. Oh, Pete has an Ivy League education, Rhode Island scholar, and government experience having to do with transportation South Bend. I should know. I live here. She makes me irrationally angry, like beyond belief. I start getting upset just looking at her face. It's even worse when she says something. I'm not really sure what they're talking about there. Oh, talking about Shia from Libs of TikTok. The sex offender then goes on to write, I am in Indiana. That's very similar to what I had. I got 18 months probation, 18 months house arrest, and 10 years registration. Finally got done registering in 2021. Now, here's the kicker, you guys. This sex offender publicly says, I am terrified every day that I'll start wanting to download more. It gets bad. And if I get hit again, I'm going to prison for a while. And I can't handle that. I have an amazing support network, so it won't let me do anything. So this is a man who admits that he gets really bad temptation to download child pornography. Okay? He's publicly stating this, that it's really bad for him. And by the way, he's not claiming that he doesn't want to do it. The only reason he's not doing it is the fear of going to prison. So if prison was taken on the table, these guys would be doing this all day long. They'd be watching this stuff. They'd be going at it, doing all these things here, harming children. The only reason this guy has, and this is what he says, by the way, but that didn't stop the first time, is because he's afraid of going to prison. But he struggles with child pornography. While he's employed at a bar, gay bar, with drag queens at a kiddie drag show once a month that he DJs, where the owner is well aware of his prior sex offense convictions. Now, I posted on this thread, I found his real identity. The fact that you, and I was talking to all the sex offenders here, are okay with him around children, even after admitting he struggles with his desire for children, screams a lot about you. Dave's going to have a bad weekend when he's outed. So I started letting him know that I was on to them. And I started digging in. Now, I started questioning, and I went to the R-Bar owner myself, and I questioned her, and she finally I said, hey, I understand you have no problem having a convicted sex offender DJ your kiddie grooming event every month. I hear the owner is very well aware of the sex offender and doesn't care. Now remember, this is what the sex offender himself said. She is aware of my situation as well as the fact that I am no longer forced to register. She's aware of it. Okay? Whoever this gets back to me and says, that is absolutely not true. The owner was told something completely opposite of what is being said. He has since been terminated. So the guy is lying about the owner being okay with his past. We are at a complete loss for words right now, so please allow me to get my mind right about all of this. Thank you so much. I said lost for words. You had a child sex offender performing music for children. Drag shows for kids are bad enough, but you had a convicted sex offender, and they knew it. And this is their response. No, sir, we were under the impression he was 19 and boy was 17. Well, legal age of consent in Indiana is 16, so this makes no sense. So either this person is lying, or they're trying to cover their butts now because they know they're getting scrutiny. Media attention is going to be on them soon. There will be a local article coming out tomorrow about this. I spoke to a local news representative today out there who's going to be sharing this information tomorrow out there locally as well. And he made it seem like there was nothing and the charges were dropped. That's a lie. They knew he's a sex offender. That is a flat out lie. What's his DJ name? Because there are 4 people that are under us here now. I stated we were in a complete shock. I said, you're in shock? You have drag queens performing for children. That's horrible and disgusting. So how can you be shocked a pedophile was there for years at this grooming event? His name is irrelevant. He is no longer any affiliated to our bar after further findings. I'm sorry you still feel the need to beat me up with your words. We are disgusted with this news. I have nothing further to say. I will not let you bring me down with your hateful words. Good day, sir. My hateful words because they employed a pedophile to perform music for children at a drag show. But I'm the bad guy. And I said, and they blocked me, unfortunately. She didn't get to see my message. So you groom children once a month and are shocked by a pedophile being there. Really? If I were you, I'd cancel your grooming event because news is coming about you all having a pedo at your show. This isn't the first time that a pedophile has been caught at one of these little grooming events. And it's certainly not going to be the last. This seems to be a regular occurrence. And the thing is, they don't seem to mind and they don't seem to care that they have sex offenders who harm children at these events. The only time they seem to care is when they get caught. And when you catch them and you out them or we do it, we're considered the bad guy for bringing attention to this. And they claim that this is you'll hear the LGBT group saying that this is not something normal. This isn't something that happens a lot. But yet it seems to happen over and over and over and over again. It just seems to keep on happening. It doesn't seem like it's a very rare occurrence at all. And yet we, as Christians, as street preachers who stand against this, are considered the bad guys. Our hateful words, because you had a pedophile in your bar around children who admits to struggling. And you lie and say you thought that he told you was 1970 charge. You're a liar. Age of consent in Indiana is 16 years old. The bar is lying. They are flat out lying to cover their butts because they knew pressure was coming. In that Reddit thread, unfortunately, they deleted it before it was deleted right as I caught it. The guy had said, the owner said, you're being paranoid. No one's going to find out. No one's whatever. But now all of a sudden, now media attention's coming on this. I let them know I knew who they were doing. I messaged them. I messaged several DJs over the past couple of days. So attention was being brought to this. The only reason this guy got terminated, if he's even terminated at this point, because why wouldn't they share his name if they're really that concerned about it, is because of the pressure and attention put on them. But full steam ahead with their kiddie drag show on the 21st. They still plan on having children there. Even after all this time, they had a pedophile there. Let me ask you Christians something. How many more of these things need to happen with sex offenders, before you finally say enough's enough? Before you're ready to actually do something about it? I'm one person. And I spent 3 days investigating this and uncovering this. Okay? This happens quite a bit. I've been posting on my Facebook profile a lot about this, and we'll be doing this more since we have the Christian Journal channel back more and more on the website once it's uploaded to our servers and everything else. We're going to be doing more. We're going to be uncovering a lot more of this. But again, I ask you, Christians, how many times does this need to happen? The R Bar, LGBT-friendly bar in South Bend, Indiana, has drag shows, rated R drag shows. PG-13 and rated R drag shows, they say, they admit it right here in their thing, they admit it, where children are allowed to come. Okay, they say it right here in their thing. Children are allowed to be there. And they had a pedophile there. And the only reason the pedophile's not there anymore is because he got caught. They got caught having him there. This guy was saying she knew about it. She didn't care. No big deal. He's being paranoid, blah, 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 blah. You know, and again, his comments about allegedly going after grooming kids, well, he was convicted of it. It's like the same people that say all the time, oh, you're acting like, you know, we want to go after kids, and then they get arrested for, you know, going after a kid or you know, possessing child pornography or something like that. Happens quite a bit. Happens often. It keeps happening. Every month we're doing this. Catching one or catching two or showing these things. And yet, the church is still, well, you know, we just have to love them, Rich. While you're loving them, they're loving your kids. See, they want to touch your heart and your children. So, but like I said, when is enough going to be enough? When are you going to stop making Christians the bad guys for outing this and protecting children? In the description of the video, I put the phone number and the email address of the R Bar. And I'm asking every Christian to call and or email and demand they shut down and cancel this kid event. They want to do the drag brunch for adults, whatever. Leave the kids out of it. Drag shows are disgusting, vile, filthy, sexually charged, sexually themed shows, and they are completely and woefully inappropriate for children. And they're doing it anyway, and then they're saying they're shocked that they had a pedophile there. Even though the pedophile says they knew it, says that he's being paranoid because whatever, everything else, and now they're acting like, we're shocked, we didn't know. We're shocked. He told us that it was, you know, he was 19 and he slept with a 17-year-old. Well, that's just, again, a lie because legal age of consent in Indiana is 16. So this person who wrote this is a flat-out liar. They're just trying to cover their butts now because they had a pedophile there and didn't think they were going to get caught. That's the truth. And I thought it was a simple child pornography thing, but no. This guy actually apparently molested or harmed a child. So I wanted to share this with you. I want to let you know another kiddie drag event had a pedophile there that struggles with his desire for children to this day. But again, it's the Christians that are the bad guys. It's the Christians that are wrong. It's the Christians just making this stuff up. It's the street preachers that are the bad guys for standing in front of these things and telling them they're wicked, shameful, disgusting, filthy, vile, reprobate, hell-bound sinners. You're not getting them to Christ that way. They were about to convert any second. This lesbian bar owner was about to convert any second while she had a pedophile entertaining children in her bar while men dressed in women's underwear and shake their butts, gyrate, using filthy sexual talk in front of children. But you're right. They were going to convert any second now. Wake up, Christian, because this ain't stopping anytime soon. Not unless you get involved. Not unless you stand up. Not unless you say something and say, enough is enough of this. Don't tell me you care about children if you're unwilling to do anything to stop this. Again, the number and the email address are in the description in the video. Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, all these things. Make sure you guys do what you can to get this child event shut down. There will be news locally tomorrow. The guy is going to use me as a source. So for any of the naysayers out there that like to attack me, I like to molest girls. Of course you do, you sick pervert. Somebody said on this kick thing. See, the thing is, they don't care. They're proud of it because they know that Christians, what's the most Christian gonna do? Share this on YouTube, talk about this, not do anything? No, we get involved, but most others don't. But for those who say, you know, that you doubt the claims that we make about outing this stuff, here's proof. And again, there's only 1 or 2 people that say that because they're just whatever. But here's another proof, another video of street preachers. Myself, David Grisham, Jim Gillis, all, you know, our friends at Visit, all working together, talking, investigating to out this. And it will be in the news tomorrow. I would have wrote it on christianjournal.net, but again, I'm still in the process of converting everything over. It's not done yet, so otherwise I couldn't write it. Maybe we'll write about it subsequently and attach the other guy's article. Christian Post text me today. They're interested in doing this story as well. So, again, stay tuned, guys. More coming. Anyway, so make sure you guys subscribed. I know we lost about probably 30 to 40 subscribers. We lost more than that. You know, we're down to we had 137,330 last night. We're down to 300. We lost 30, but that's okay. I lose more than we gain because it's like my friends at Liberty Counsel told me, Christians tend not to like us, and they don't donate to lawyers that represent guys like myself who just want who aren't busy screaming love, love, love. That we're just you know, that we're just mean. That we're just, you know, whatever. So it's the church crowd. They don't like bold Christians. They don't like people. But again, I'm okay with that because I would rather have people follow us that want to get involved, that want to shut the stuff down, that want to protect children, that want to preach the truth, that want to stand against evil, and everything else. That's what I'm interested in. And if that's you, by all means, please continue to follow us, continue to support the ministry. But again, real quick, another registered sex offender, another child rapist caught at a kiddie drag brunch at the R Bar in South Bend, Indiana, which LGBT bar owned by a lesbian. Shocker, right? Anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me tonight for this quick video. Make sure you continue to subscribe. Share this video. Let everybody know what's going on in South Bend, Indiana at the R Bar. And call them and email them and tell them to stop grooming children. I mean, for crying out loud. Even daycares do background checks on people. These gay bars are having anybody, and they don't care. The only time they seem to care is when they get caught. Other than that, they don't care. Share this video, subscribe, turn notifications on. Buckle up, folks. A lot more coming in the future. Love you guys. God bless you all. Thank you again for joining me. Appreciate you all. I'll see you. Well, I do this video now, so I probably won't do it tonight, teaching. But we will do it on Sunday night. But, you know, so if you want to support our ministry and support it with the work they're doing, you want to go beyond prayer, you can donate to us at officialstreetpreachers.com/give, Venmo at Christian Journal, and our Zelle is rpenkoski1@gmail.com. You know, what we'd like to do is we'd like to go out next month. If they don't cancel this drag show, I'd like to get the team to go out there and stand in front of this bar out there in Indiana and rebuke these sick bastards with our bullhorns and our banners. Let them know that, hey, these people here are a breeding ground for pedophiles. And we know they're caught. 100% they are caught. They had one there. And they didn't care. He DJ'd there while he watched grown men twerk and gyrate in children's faces while he struggles with the desire for children. And without Jesus Christ, it's just a matter of time before he offends again, if he hasn't already. And that bar thing is terminated, only terminated if they did terminate him because of the pressure that they knew they would get outed soon. They knew, they let him there, they didn't care. But if you want to help us, we'd like to go out there next month if they don't shut this down and preach and stand in front of them so we can use your support for gas and a trip to get out there to do this. Again, it's officialstreetpreachers.com/give, Venmo at Christian Journal, and Zelle, rpenkoski1@gmail.com. Make sure you subscribe, make sure your notification on, make sure you share this video everywhere you can to let other people know what's going on, especially if you're in Indiana. Tag this video Indiana, you know, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, whatever. Let people know that the R Bar is a breeding ground for pedophiles. Love you. God bless you guys. I'll see you guys probably Sunday.
I would like to address some of you upcoming street preachers. You have to understand, you're not going to be a pulpit preacher. You're not going to preach in very nice places. As a matter of fact, where God will send you it's going to be a little bit dirty. Unfortunately, most ministers see their flock dressed nice, looking nice, smelling nice on Sunday, but we see them from Monday through Saturday at any given place. And so that flock is a mess. And you have to understand, when you preach open air, it's not going to be glamorous. Unfortunately, God's going to send you into the filth, the wickedness. You're going to understand why, even at one point, God resented even making mankind. And so you need to count the cost. There's nothing glamorous. There's nothing wonderful and beautiful. It's not, you can forget about being a missionary to Hawaii. If you're going to be an open-air preacher, your hands are going to get dirty, because the field that you're going to plow is filthy. You're going to look at sin in a whole different way. As a matter of fact, if you're a good street preacher, you're going to hate sin. You're going to despise sin. You're not just going to dislike it. You're going to understand why God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and why God destroyed the world with water and flood. And so if you're a young open-air preacher, this is what you're going to have to look up to. This is going to be the field in which you're going to be plowing in. And you need to rejoice in that. And understand, you're going to be hated, despised, and jailed working in a place like this. Because one day, I'm going to die. And I'm going to be with the Lord. And all this will be yours.